Here on the Island Shuffle, we welcome you because happy knee time.
Happy knee time, everybody. It's knee time.
It's knee time. If you've never heard of knee time, it's the tradition where you take your knee and find your friend and you take their knee and you make your little knees bump into each other.
You just bump your knees.
Me and James are going to do it right now. Boop.
Oh.
There it goes.
There it was.
There it went. Happy knee time to you and
You might
yours.
have heard that at home.
You might have heard it as like a loud crack followed by the sound of glass shattering.
And then thunder rippling in the night and a baby cries.
That's the kind of sound you're hoping to get when knee time comes by.
Whenever you really nailed it, you'll get that sort of sound.
You'll get that or something like it. Something thunderous and, dare I say, epic?
The sound of the cattle running away.
Yes.
A man in all black on a white horse.
The breeze wafting through his hair and through the field.
And through I don't know.
I
don't know.
It varies from knee time to knee time, basically.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never gotten that far.
Yeah, I mean, that was our
I've
best.
read about this.
The knee time we just did, that was our best yet.
Yeah.
Usually when I do it, it sounds like a potato falling down.
I usually will get the sound of an old lady trapped in a well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's evocative. That's cool. Well, honestly, do yourself a favor, participate in knee time. But when you're done with,
gonna love it.
But when you're done with that, why don't you enjoy the rest of this episode of the Island Shuffle?
Yes.
My name is Bean.
My name is James.
And normally what we do on this show is we watch the show Lost, and we watch it in the wrong order. But here's the thing. We're over 100 episodes deep into Lost.
100 stinky episodes.
And there's still about 18 or 19 or so left to go.
A whole season of TV.
But at this point, I'd say we're pretty much experts on the show, right?
I'm getting there.
We're getting there. I think we should humble ourselves before the true experts of the show.
The ones, the onlys.
The folks on the wiki, baby. I'm talking lostpedia.
Lostpedia.fandom.org's humble contributors have gathered just an array of information.
Just a lot of sweet info. Allow me to be just really earnest about wikis for a second. I definitely when I was young, I was really into Homestar Runner, and I thought this is this universe that's been created on my computer, where a man with boxing gloves answers emails, and another man with
How does he type?
This world is too whimsical. I need answers. And so I take to Google and I find something called the Homestar Runner Wiki. And it's this ridiculously complicated encyclopedia about the Homestar Runner universe. Want to learn about Bubs' whole history? Want to see every appearance of the Poopsmith? The Homestar Runner Wiki has you covered.
I do want to see every appearance of the Poopsmith.
Well, might I recommend the Homestar Runner Wiki to you, my good friend?
I forgot that was a character.
That's a good character.
The Poopsmith.
he shovels the poop. That's his job.
Doesn't he just shovel it?
From one place to another.
Yeah. It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. Lord knows how it got there in the first place. But someone's got to smith it.
Someone's got to smith it. That's funny. I like how, he shovel. I guess he is somewhat smithing it.
Yeah.
But I think of Smith as in he'll create something with the poop.
Yes.
But this is truly just...
He's creating another pile of poop with the poop.
I guess so.
Yeah. There's really not much to be done with the waste. With poop. But Lord bless the Poopsmith. He's doing his damnedest.
Yeah.
And on the king's dime. So eventually I found out there was a real Wikipedia. And I remember as a kid being like, that's where that was a big moment of when I looked at Wikipedia and realized oh, anyone can edit this. And this has information about everything from history to paintings and math to my episodes of TV shows.
True.
To the minutia, to streets, to roads, to everything. That was a big, when I was very young, that was a big I understand now why the internet is a big deal, actually. Instead of just, like, before I found out about Wikipedia, and this was also, like, pre-social media and all that stuff. But before that, the internet was just a place for, like, funny rotating GIFs and, like, Pokemon tips and tricks.
Well, Pixo sites.
Pixo sites as well. But that's, like, where the cool spinning GIFs mostly live.
Yeah,
Sparkly
that's
text.
true. It was mostly about hit counters for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to see... oh, my God. Remember hit counters?
How many people have viewed this page?
How many people have viewed this page, I wonder?
I don't know.
Nobody keeps that anymore.
No, we don't know anymore.
Nobody knows, and that's what we lost when Mr. Zuckerberg came by and said, "No more hit counters."
No more hit counters. Now your friends are your hit counters. And it's like, I don't have any friends, you idiot.
You frigging bozo. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. He took it all away. Mr. Zuckerberg walked up to Dr. Internet and said, "Hit counters are done. I've got a new idea." And the rest is history, as you know.
Why did he make the poke button?
Why did he take it away? Or is it still present?
I have not seen it in a long time. I feel like it might have went away.
Facebook, honestly, you dig deep enough into Facebook and you will find like you can dust some shit off. I will tell you what.
Wow.
It's
like what?
Like pokes, for instance.
Yeah, like you can go find the pokes.
I remember, like, this was a while ago, but I don't think this is still true, but I definitely remember finding, like, graffitis that you would draw on other people's walls.
Whoa.
I remember finding those.
Wow.
Once upon a time.
Okay. The show's over.
Show's over.
I'm going on the book.
Honestly, if you've never heard of this crazy website called Facebook, then boy, do we have a thing for you. Well, here's the deal. Lostpedia is one of those such wikis, and it's a treasure trove of carefully calculated and curated information about what else? Our favorite television show, Lost.
Lost with Jack.
Lost with Jack. Lost starring Jack Shepherd.
Lost starring... No, Matthew Fox as Jack Shepherd.
Oh, you're right. I thought Jack Shepherd was a real
Did you forget
name.
again?
I forgot that Lost is not real life.
It's not. It's fake.
It's fake.
It's fake news.
I thought we are 100 episodes in, and you're telling me this is not a documentary? You're telling me there's not really the light inside of all of us? That's the life and death also?
Oh, that's real.
No.
That part's real.
Okay, good. I thought
there really is a light inside of all of us.
Okay, good. I thought so. Yeah, Lostpedia is one such wiki site that I remember relying on heavily. But like many wikis, such as most wikis, if you dig deep enough, you will on the surface it's like, okay, here's some here's what the island is. Here's the history of Jack Shepherd. Here's an episode summary.
It's like
pretty.
I'm only ever gonna look at a character's page or something.
Yes. There's some There's some stuff on this wiki.
There's some shit.
I've gone ahead and curated a couple pages, and we're starting off pretty standard. But by the end of it, I think we'll have learned quite a bit about the show Lost.
I'm scared.
And I think you can thank our friends at Lostpedia. Here's how I want to open this up. I want to open up with the Lostpedia discussion.
Okay.
This is I believe the forum. Like, it's the way it's formatted on my thing. It looks kind of like this, where it's almost like Reddit posts almost. And I think it's just like anyone can make these posts. And like
Was that 3 days ago?
This was 1 day ago.
1 day. This is active.
This is relatively active. Here's what was shocking to me. I was looking at are people still editing the wiki? And yes, there were edits a couple days ago.
Wow.
The discussion is not.
The discussion is ongoing.
The discussion continues. It's nowhere near as active as it was in its heyday, of course.
What?
But
that strikes me as bizarre.
Oh, I vividly remember when the show was airing.
Yeah.
People were people didn't have all the information yet, and so there was a lot of debate and speculation about how do we handle this thing that we don't understand? How do we handle the alternate timeline characters as that's getting revealed? How do we handle the how do we handle the timeline now that time travel is a thing?
I would have loved to be there and just watch so many people get so disappointed all at once.
Oh man. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
disappointing.
Yeah, I bet.
As we've established. Anyways, here's a couple posts from. I don't want to dwell in here too long, but there's definitely a couple posts in here that are very funny. There's a lot of polls right now by mostly one person. Nihar Shetty, earlier in July, has a poll that says Juliet was prettier than Kate, and the options are yes or no.
Wow.
And then next is
do we get results?
There are 20 votes in this poll. What do you think?
I think 12 yes to 8 no.
And where do you cast your vote? Because I think we have to vote to see the results.
No. Let's vote no.
Okay, Kate is prettier than Juliet. It's official. Oh, we gotta sign in to vote. Okay,
oh,
never mind.
What?
We don't get to see the results.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
terrible. Fix it, lostpedia. I know you're listening. They're probably listening. Honestly, if you're listening to Lostpedia, we just want to say thanks. Where's our Lostpedia page?
That is a great question. I wonder if we will get one someday. Maybe,
give us one.
Maybe if we ask them politely, they'll give us a page.
Give it to us.
I wonder.
I don't want to ask politely.
Give it now. Give us the page.
Give us the page.
Muncie9876 has a post. The header is, "The Others." And then the text of the post is, "What do you think is with the others? I mean, really?"
What?
Well, what do you think?
I think they're protecting the light inside of the jungle inside of the ocean.
Yeah, but really?
But I guess when you break it down, they just want to be happy like anyone else.
That is true. They do just want to be happy like everyone else.
And sometimes you have to kill all other inhabitants on the island to do that.
Okay, here's a post that I think is near and dear to our heart. From Andre Corso, from I think May of this year. The header of the post is, "Kate was trying to forget what for 3 years?" In the end of the 4th season, in No Place Like Home, parts 2 and 3, Kate told Jack that she spent the last 3 years trying to forget all the horrible things that happened on the day they left. What happened? She left the island, got in some legal trouble, and something else. But I can't see anything that horrifying. Maybe I'm missing something?
I like that.
It's just
I agree.
Yeah.
It's true. It's like she was... Because why did they make her say, like, the things that happened on that day?
Yeah.
What about just the things that happened?
That's a good question. There are some comments on this one, in fact.
Okay.
Which is
what happened? Sawyer jumped away.
They had to leave Jin behind on the boat. And also Kate loves Jack and their engagement fell apart.
Oh, yes. The other
drama. The other horrible thing that happened on that day, I guess. Someone named Drilinski has a lot of really twisted polls.
I'm excited about Drilinski. I got to be honest. I'm Team Drilinski on this one.
Okay, these will be our last ones before we dive into the real shit.
Okay,
because this alone
is just a warm up.
This alone could be all day, honestly. So here's a couple of questions from Drilinski that come in all on the same day, April 11th, 2019. Who here thinks Kate has freakishly short arms like a T-Rex? and then the options are more like a velociraptor. And then the other option is blasphemy, you say, she's beautiful.
Wow, Drilinski.
Who here thinks Kate is the hottest female on planet Earth? The options are yes and maybe.
Drilinski, back at it again.
How would you rate season 1, episode 12, where Kate and Sawyer take a dip in the waterfall? 2 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up.
What? Drilinski is funny.
There is one more post that I'm going to read. I know I said that was the last one, but listen. There's one more, and it's really good, and I'm going to read it, and you're going to like it.
Yes.
This comes to us from Noe2342. 10/3/2019 is the date on this post.
Recently.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
3 months ago. Wow.
Spring is dawning, and Noe2342 is thinking about a Taweret theory. The statue represents Juliet. Juliet could have traveled through time, after she detonated the hydrogen bomb. She might have traveled a very long time before the statue was built. She may have been seen by some ancient inhabitants of the island, probably from Egypt or Mesopotamia, who mistaken her with a goddess. She may have stayed for a while to help them with babies, or just for a second. At the end, she'd disappear, came back to present with Jack, and die with Sawyer. Seems the statue is probably inspired by the goddess of fertility, Taweret, just as Juliet was a fertility doctor, and her long hairs and her back and shoulders, who looks the same. We can see a link. And there is also a picture of the statue of Taweret and Juliet herself also.
This place is weird. Did anyone comment on it?
This one has no comments at all.
How could people not comment on that?
Nobody has anything to say about it.
Big info drop.
I don't want to rag too hard on so clearly English is not this person's first language. There's a bunch of grammar mistakes in there. And as far as theories go, it's pretty sound. Oh, when time travel is involved.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She went back to the ancient Mesopotamians to deliver babies.
And
just for a second.
Just for a second.
And then she came back.
And then she came back and she died.
And now Taweret is Juliet. I think Taweret is Lepidus.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it and I like it a lot. Oh, that's good to me.
You'll notice the stains on the shirt of Taweret.
Jacob living under a statue of Frank is so funny to me. He looks at it and he says, Now I don't know who this guy is, but hope he comes to the island in 2,000 years.
He's a good boy.
He seems like a good boy to me.
Fly me home.
Fly me home. A statue of Frank with his stained shirt, pilot stripes on his shoulders, and just a belt buckle that says "Fly me home."
Fly me home, and that's God's house.
That's where God freaking lives, dude.
Wow,
that's where he chills.
Love you, God.
That's where he looms.
Did you say that's where he looms?
He looms.
Oh, looms.
He tends to his loom.
Oh, he makes a little blanket.
He makes a big old blanket that he's going to
God's little blanket.
God's little blanket.
Welcome to the show. It's God's little blanket. I'm your host, God, and this is my blanket.
Everybody's got a blanket.
But this one's God's.
This one's God's. That's the... So the community on Lostpedia, while it isn't what it once was, it is alive and well.
It's still going.
People are still, if the fact that we have a podcast about Lost isn't enough to tell you, people are talking about Lost.
People love Lost.
People got things to say. People got ideas. People are still trying to fill.
Juliet is Taweret.
People, I like the mouthfeel of that as well. Juliet is Taweret. Damn, if you think about it.
Is Kate hottest lady in history of universe?
Yes, maybe.
I like maybe.
I like maybe. Could be. Yeah, not willing to commit one way or the other. There may be a hotter woman. Yeah. So the community is alive and well, but didn't really want to focus on the community. I wanted to focus on the content.
I hate the community.
You don't hate the community.
I don't hate them, but I wish they would just get off my turf. I talk about Lost.
Yeah, that's true. It's our job now.
This is us. We do it now.
We do it now. Dear Lostpedia.
These people are coming through with these great Taweret theories. I can't keep up with that.
You can't and you shouldn't keep up with that.
I can't. And I shan't.
You can't. You couldn't and you shouldn't.
I couldn't and I shouldn't.
So here's the front page of Lostpedia.
Okay, we're here.
A place that you all made together.
Not me.
7,000 articles dedicated to ABC's hit TV show Lost. There's a create an account button and a broken login to Facebook button.
Well, not bad.
And then there's the latest news.
How late is it?
How a volcano would have changed Lost. Let's actually find out how late this is, because I'm pretty sure this is not that new. Lost Volcano 2017.
Okay.
Did you even know there was a volcano on the ABC series?
No.
Well, there was, according to Jeff Jensen on
EntertainmentWeekly.com. Wow, this is weird.
It's weird. Anyways, this isn't Lostpedia. I don't care about this.
Yeah, you're not. I want fan-generated content.
No, yes, you want the good stuff. I thought this would be a good place for us to start.
Uh-huh.
This is Portal: mysteries.
Yes, the colon portal.
One of our favorite... You might call it the butthole.
Yeah, the butthole. This is the butthole of Lost. Let's enter through the butthole today. Work our way down to the stomach of the show.
That's the plan. So that's the plan. So here at the butthole, this is the mysteries of the show. One of our favorite pages that we use a lot. Questions and answers. This is basically that, but it's sorted by like mystery instead of by episode.
Okay.
So for instance, we have, the monster. What is the monster? Well, it's the Man in Black. Stuff like that. Questions and answers.
I like that.
Just formatted in this way.
As mysteries.
I think this would be a good place to dive back to in case we see anything, in case we come up with any questions that we might have that we want further clarification on.
This is a map.
Yes, this will be our map to the island. I will say that there is a section in here dedicated to the Flash Sideways. One thing I mentioned to James that I want to clarify with the audience. James still doesn't know the Flash Sideways.
I don't know how it ends.
He doesn't know how the alternate timeline stuff goes.
Don't text me the answer.
So we're going to try to keep that under wraps.
It's a secret.
Let's keep it a secret for now, and we're going to try our best. Okay. So now I want to let you look at like a normal article. And I've got 3 choices for you.
Okay.
Do you want to learn about the island?
No.
The others?
Yeah.
Or the Dharma Initiative?
The Dharma Initiative.
All right. Well, here is the Dharma
What is it?
Initiative.
What the frick is it?
And this is a pretty this is like a very full article.
This is a big one,
theory. It's big. The Dharma, quote unquote, Department of Heuristics and Research on Material Applications Initiative.
That's bad.
That's not good. Was a scientific research project that had a large presence on the island between
Maybe pseudo-scientific research project.
Yes, wholly agree. So, the initiative's general goal was to manipulate scientific laws in order to change any of the 6 factors of the Valenzetti equation, a sequence that was believed to have some connection to the date marking the end of humanity, in hopes of delaying such a date.
Is the Valenzetti equation a real thing?
I'm pretty sure it's like it's not a real thing. I think it's like something that came from like extended lore, like an alternate reality game or something. Like there was some website or something where they dive into what the Dharma Initiative is for. The Valenzetti equation. I mean, we could look at the article if you'd like. I'm pretty sure I checked this article out and I'm pretty sure it's safe for spoilers.
Safe for work?
Safe for work.
Can I open this at work?
You can open this at work.
Here's the thing about things that are marked not safe for work. At my work, they don't want me looking at bullshit either.
That's true.
It's like they don't want me I can't just...
No browsing.
Stop working.
No. Honestly, every single website that isn't your corporate homepage and McDonald's.com should be marked as not safe for work.
McDonald's.com is work.
It's work. It's difficult work. And if you ask me, Lostpedia should be considered safe for work as well, because this is valuable work.
This is insane. This is the Valenzetti
The Valenzetti equation is a lot. It's developed.
It's just a thing.
It's just a thing, I guess. I don't.
Made by a man, but a man.
It's just so much. Doomsday equation.
It's too much.
Yeah, I don't. It's all text and it's not fun. So we're not going to look at it. The reason I chose these 3 articles is because they provide a good broad summary, all of them, of just like the history and chronology of Lost.
Okay.
And if you look here, we can see like there's like the history, the creation of the Dharma Initiative. It was founded in 1970 by Gerald and Karen DeGroot in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and backed by Danish industrialist and munitions magnate Alvar Hanso. Finding and settling the island. Conflict with the natives. Dharma after the Purge.
After the Purge.
It collapsed or was destroyed off the island as well, although the details of this remain unclear. Successors to the Dharma Project. Non-canon alert. This is not canon, so this is all bullshit. Don't worry about this. Project Ames.
Where does non-canon stuff come from?
Good question. I think it's stuff like the Valenzetti equation, probably, where it's like this is like it's part of the extended lore, but like how like or like the video game. There was a lost video game.
Stupid.
So it's like, hey, I just think putting an alert is like very funny.
Totally, it's like we don't want you going around thinking this is canon.
It's very funny. In the Dharma Initiative recruiting project of 2008, unknown benefactors attempted to restart the initiative but failed due to constraints by the 2008 financial crisis.
What is this?
Oh, man. There's a lot. It's all so much. Project Ames. The alleged purpose of the initiative, according to the Swan orientation film, was to create a large-scale communal research compound where scientists and free thinkers from around the globe could pursue research in meteorology, psychology, parapsychology, zoology, electromagnetism, and utopian social. I don't know what it gets out there. Utopian socialism.
So that was the aim, but then when you actually get there, it's just Rudzinski in a basement and Ben's dad beating his kid and being a janitor.
There's mechanics too. There's a mechanics pool.
They don't do any. I mean, there's one scientist.
They have a lot of staff,
and they just lie to everyone.
This article does a bad job of like.
None of the staff has any idea what they're doing.
I'm gonna dive right into like not Dharma Initiative films. I want to say Dharma Initiative stations, because I feel like this will be a good like sum up of their whole operation. We have the Hydra, which is possible function, zoological research. The Arrow, possible function, development of defensive strategies and intelligence gathering. The Swan, possible function, electromagnetic research and later containment. The Flame, possible function, communication. The Pearl, function, psychological research and observation. The Pearl is the like station with the TVs in it where they're watching the Swan. Why would you do that?
Why did they do that?
What's the point of that? Everything else is like relatively like, okay, you want to learn it. You're trying to figure out about the hospitals. You're trying to experiment with electromagnetism. You're trying to just like torture people for science.
Yeah, you're just trying to look at them. It's not even like torturing them. It's just wasting their time.
Yeah, it's just like a weird social experiment.
Yeah,
it's like it's that classic thing. Did you ever take like a university class where someone came along and was like I remember I think I took like a very early psychology class that I took was like, check this experiment out. And like the experiment is there's always some variation of this. Like it'll be like a hallway where it's like, and then someone puts a sign up that says, please don't step on the red tiles. And then the video is like, some people avoid the red tiles and other people don't. And it's like, yeah, dude, you put a sign up. What are you talking about? Whoa, in a society, people do the things that people tell them. Whoa, it's crazy.
That's weird.
What can we learn from this?
I think the Dharma Initiative was not a very good scientific research project.
I mean, they were doing
so ill-defined.
They were doing space-time manipulation research at the Orchid. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, that one is cool.
Medical, signal jamming and sonar beacon at the Looking Glass, of course. The Tempest. Function, toxic gas research and production facility.
What are they doing?
They're not doing good.
They're not doing anything in particular.
They're just doing like whatever.
Stuff.
They're just they basically just showed up on the island and were just like, I don't know, whatever you want, buddy.
Yeah.
I want to build toxic gas.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
I want to jam sonars.
That's weird.
It's pretty weird. So that's That
is something.
That's something.
That sort of gives an idea of like they do such an effort to make it like I would say pseudo-factual.
Yes.
Where it's like it does seem like it's true to some standard of truth.
Yes.
But at the same time, it feels like it's not a very good explanation of anything.
This is what I love and crave about wikis so much. One of my favorite wikis to just like browse is like the Mario wiki. Because like the appeal to me of the Mario universe is that it's poorly defined. Is that it's just kind of these vague ideas and characters that can kind of be molded into whatever shapes you want.
Totally.
Maybe it's a platform game, a kart racer. Maybe Mario's on the side of a building or something. It's just like this weird, like, nebulous concept. And so to watch people, and so to like read people on the internet to try to like
make sense of it and say who these people are.
Try to like academically categorize what a Koopa Troopa is is like, it's an endless source of joy.
Interesting.
And you get not quite that, but a little bit of that from Lost when you see like things like every Dharma station laid out, and you realize, oh, the Dharma Initiative are a bunch of fucking crackpots.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's nothing when you put them all beside each other, and none of them have anything to do with one another, and you're like, I don't know. Yeah, they said like, the idea is that they have these stations, and it's this like scientific research thing, but we spend a whole season living amongst those people.
Yeah.
There are no scientists there.
No, well, there's Radzinski. There's one. There's one scientist, and then the lead man.
And that's it.
It's a lot of construction labor.
Yeah.
And a lot of like mechanics. There's a lot of like people.
It just seems like a town.
It really is like this, it's like a company town, but there's no company.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's like it's like, you got the people who are working for the company, and then you got the people who are like running the shops, building the roads, like, providing the goods and services, keeping the lights on for the people in the company. Except that there's no company. It's this weird like shell, like the most elaborate shell experimentation you've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's very bizarre.
It's weird.
So. Here's another relatively normal use of Lostpedia. Like if you use Lostpedia for this, you would probably be like still like a normal guy, I think. You would be like considered like Lostpedia has, of course, detailed episode summaries of every episode. But boy, are they detailed. The episode I chose for us was Stranger in a Strange Land.
Of course.
And the summary is, of course, 9th episode of season 3, 58th produced hour of the series as a whole, broadcast on February 21, 2007. Jack bargains with Ben to save Juliet while Kate and Sawyer struggle with the consequences of their escape. This is one of the series' most poorly received episodes. The negative fan reaction even prompted APC to let the producers set the show's end date.
Wow, that's cool.
And then on the right, we have more information. The flashbacks are focused on Jax. We have the days it's set in. We have the full cast of the show, every character, as well as guest stars and minor characters as well, and unofficial. We have a full transcript of the episode. And we have something else, episode images. If you just want to look at screen caps from Stranger in a Strange Thing.
Wow.
And then an incredibly detailed summary of the flashback, which is just you just always love to see it. 5 full paragraphs describing the entire flashbacks of
Jack and
Achara.
Yeah.
I just want to remind people that while Jack is sleeping, Achara sneaks into his room, undresses, and slips into his bed as he wakes up. She asks if he has a question for her, and he says it might be nice to know something about her after a month of coming and going. She says there are things that happened here that he would never understand, possibly referring to her powers. They roll onto the floor kissing, and she suggests he stops asking questions and try to have fun.
This is so weird to read.
Here's another thing I like. All these summaries come with thumbnails and captions. Here's Jack and Achara having sex in his room.
Wow.
Here's a screen cap of Achara saying, "A great man." Chet sees Jack's tattoo. Who's Chet?
Who is Chet?
Jack is escorted out of his cell. Isabel visits Jack at his cage.
Who is Isabel?
Isabel was the sheriff. Cindy and Emma, now part of the others. Jack making his way to the others' trawler. And this is my favorite one. Carl and Sawyer's man talk.
Ah, Carl and Sawyer's man talk.
So very detailed summary. The trivia is where things start to go a little off the rails. So, this is the last Jack-centric flashback episode that is focused solely on Jack. Okay, sure. Jack's tattoo does not literally translate to "he walks amongst us, but he is not one of us," as Isabel explains. It translates correctly in Chinese to Eagles high, cleaving sky.
I love that.
It's really good.
Eagles high, cleaving sky.
Oh, God, it's good. There are several references to the stars, with Carl and Alex's constellations, Juliet's star brand, and the stars on Jack's tattoo.
Ew.
This episode is rated TV-14. That's just a fun piece of trivia for you.
Good to know. There's a lot of sex.
A lot of sex. Production notes. And it's a lot of, we can find out that Jack's kite was designed by Buteo Huang and is known as the Starbird.
The Starbird.
The Starbird.
I always wondered about Jack's kite.
Well, we've got great news. We have many quotes of Damon Lindelof, one of the showrunners, admitting that this is his least favorite episode, basically. Upon further reflection, I'm willing to admit that Stranger in a Strange Land was a bit patchy. I mean, I think the episode where Jack gets his tattoo in Thailand, I think it's cringeworthy when he's flying the kite on the beach. It was not our finest hour. We used Matthew Fox's real tattoos. That's how desperate we were for flashback stories.
Wow.
Some bloopers.
Those are Matthew Fox's real tattoos?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
I regret to inform you that those are...
They're really lame tattoos.
They're really lame tattoos. They're not...
I love that... So his real tattoos translate to Eagles
high, cleaving sky.
Wow, that's cool.
Just use that.
Yeah.
Why are you making
You know what it translates to, right? Yeah. Eagles high, cleaving sky.
That's what they say.
I wonder what he thinks it translates to, or what he thought.
Why?
Why Matthew Fox?
Well, why? Look, I think tattoos are good and you should get them, but not these tattoos.
Not the Chinese words.
Not the Chinese words. Now, in analysis, we have a little template over here. I know it's tiny. I'm going to try to zoom in a bit, just a touch. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Oh, God. Nope, this is fine. This is actually very helpful.
High, cleaving sky.
We have many examples of recurring themes throughout this episode. Achara calls Jack a great man. Good and bad people. Jack asks Tom why the others are good if they kidnap kids and pregnant women as well as terrorize the survivors.
These are recurring themes?
That the recurring theme is listed in brackets after each one. The theme of good and bad people.
Oh my God.
In flashbacks, Jack wears a pendant in the shape of the number 8, the numbers. Yeah.
No, not the number 8. We can't... No.
So here's here's where it goes off the rails.
Doing this?
Look, okay, on the right here we have a list of all recurring themes.
Animals, black and white, character connections.
Themes.
Children is a recurring theme.
Children.
What?
You remember when you sat down in English class and your teacher taught you what themes were?
I hate this. Eyes.
Hey, electromagnetism. I've got that one queued up. Don't you worry.
God. Missing body parts. Literary works. Imprisonment. Pairings. Parapsychology. Rain.
You know, the theme.
I didn't know that was a theme.
The theme of rain.
Don't you hate it when you wake up and it's raining and you're like, this theme again.
Oh my God. What kind of literary theme is this? Oh my God.
Secrets.
The theme of secrets. Cultural references. The Bible. The name of a book.
This is what Stranger in a Strange Land refers to.
It could be referring to the Bible. Exodus 2:22, it reads a verse. It could also be referring to the name of a book written by Robert Heinlein. It could be referring to any of the 4 songs by that title, one by Iron Maiden, one by U2, one by Barbara Streisand, and one by Leon Russell.
I like how varied those are.
Yeah, you could make 4 more different artists if you tried. You think it was inspired by Iron Maiden? You think the producers were listening to Iron Maiden and they said, wait a second, what if Jack kissed a lady?
Honestly, yes. Probably.
Oh, God. It could also be referring to Oedipus at Colonus, which is a play by the Athenian tragedian Sophocles. other references to the Bible, Jacob.
There's so
many literary techniques.
Who is doing this?
Irony.
All for something that's not good.
It's Lost is not Lost. Jack and Achara have sex relationships. Oh my god. Okay, so this is very funny for this episode.
This is really funny.
It makes
my favorite one is storyline. Well, it's under storyline analysis.
Yes.
And just my favorite one is Jack forced Achara to mark him and is beaten for it. Parentheses. Crimes.
Oh, I've got the crimes page pulled up. The crimes page is
This is
rich.
Awful.
No, I think it's good. I like it.
Who is doing this? Why did they do this?
Many hardworking people.
Get a job.
This is their job. It's fine.
I don't want to be on this website anymore.
Well, I've got bad news. Hey, listen. What if I took you to the page called Nicknames?
Yes.
And it showed you.
I just don't want us to have a part of this webpage. I don't want to be on the wiki anymore. You and I.
Oh, you and I. Okay.
I take back my formal request.
Okay. You don't want there to be lostpedia.fandom.com/wiki/island_shuffle.
No, I don't need that.
Okay, that's fair. It would be too detailed. It would be like,
I don't want them to know that much about me.
It would be like they mentioned the film Lost in Translation. This is a reference to the film Lost in Translation.
Themes, films.
However, the details of the film are inaccurate, likely for comedy purposes.
Themes, lies.
Themes, lies. A theme can be anything.
Oh my god.
A theme can be whatever you want.
These so stupid.
I think they're good.
This is crazy.
But
so this is nicknames.
Every single nickname sorted by the character who is getting nicknamed. Wait a second. There's got to be a way to give me Sawyer, dude. Come on.
Sawyer's. Wait, no, go down.
Oh, by James Sawyer Ford. There we go. Main page, Sawyer's nicknames. Okay, he's got his own page.
He has his own page.
He has his own page for Sawyer's nickname. This article has been marked as requiring discussion, nominated for a cleanup. Sawyer is well known for giving everyone nicknames.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So this is a list of Sawyer's nicknames that he gives for people.
Sorted by character.
One, Saeed. First nickname, terrorist. And then Muhammad, and then Boy, and then Buddy, and then Omar, and then Captain Falafel.
They're all, so far we're 4 for 6 of just racism.
Abdul Al Jazeera. Genuine Iraqi, that one's true.
Yeah.
Damn Arab, back to racist. Genius, kind. Captain Arab, Red Beret.
Mostly racist.
He's mean.
Okay, then there's Hurley's, which are... Hurley's, it goes on for so long, and they're all just fat-phobic. They're all just body-shaming.
Hardo, Pork Pie, Stay Puft, Pillsbury, Haas, Jethro, Jabba, Rerun, Grape Ape.
It goes so...
International House of Pancakes.
It's so mean.
Oh my god.
Jack.
Doc.
It goes on. Here, whoa. He calls at one point Jack winner by a knockout. Wow. I don't know what that's referring to.
Dr. Giggles. I like
Giggles,
that.
I like. Kate. Freckles, of course.
Sweetheart. The Mighty Huntress.
The new sheriff in town. Baby, girl, woman. Boar expert. Sassafras, puddin'.
Thelma.
Locke. Locks comes with a picture of Mr. Clean.
That's funny. They do look alike.
They're
both bald.
Brutus. Gimpy McCrutch.
Gimpy McCrutch.
That's fucking awful. I think Sawyer's bad. Oh, and here's Jin, where there's only 3 racisms. 3 racisms out of 7.
Mr. Miyagi, Chief, Bristly, Torchy, Sulu, Boy, Chewy. Son, Betty, Tokyo Rose. Oh, that's a funny one. That's really funny too because she's not Japanese.
No, Sawyer is racist.
He's really racist.
He's casually
incredibly
racist.
Jin and Son, Crouching Tiger, and Hidden Dragon.
Stop it, Sawyer. Someone needs to stop him.
Once again, not Korean.
Not ridiculous. And it goes on. They're all here. At one point, he calls Desmond Scotty. He calls Frank Shaggy, Yahoo, Kenny Rogers, and Chesty. And there's a pic of Kenny Rogers next to Frank.
This is so weird. I love it. He calls Daniel Dilbert.
It's
Dr. Wizard.
This is all here. And
himself.
This is the important work that Lostpedia does. This is critical.
Good. He gives 2 to himself. One, Big Bad Wolf, and the other, The Ghosts of Christmas Future.
That really tells you a lot about how he thinks about himself, huh? Oh, man.
Alex is Lollipop, Sally Slingshot, Sheena, Sister, and Underdog.
Oh, man. It's true. Underdog is good. I really like it. I don't know who Seamus is, but apparently he calls Seamus Doughboy.
Wow. And Cassidy, he calls Baby, Cass, and Dimples.
Aw, that's sweet.
Detective Carlwood, Croc Hunter, Doctor.
Who's Detective Calderwood?
I have no idea.
Groups. Many people as well as various inanimate objects. Son of a bitch. Apparently Sawyer's favorite expletive.
Oh.
Muslims. Islams. Women in general. Sweetheart. Yeah, it goes
insane.
on.
It just keeps going.
It really keeps going. Okay, it stopped. We can move on. I've got a few. Okay, I'm gonna skip right to crimes. I'm gonna skip right to crimes of the Islanders because this is turning out to be way juicier than I could have ever hoped. So this is a list of all crimes. This is kills. There's a separate page for kills.
Oh my god!
Listen, there's a separate page for kills, so we're gonna skip kills and go and deal with that later. I want to take you
check marks and X's.
They're the check marks are like it. Did he kill on island? Did he kill off island? Something like that.
Oh, so it's like double check mark means you killed in both locations.
You killed both on and off the island.
Wow.
Whose crimes do you want to read? Because we got them. We got them all.
Wow. Let's go back down to the crimes. Oh, I like crimes.
You like crimes?
Claire. I want to know Claire's crimes.
Okay, here's Claire's on island crimes. Shot Aldo in the chest, killing him to free Jin. Shot and impaled Justin with an axe, killing him.
I forgot that Claire kills a lot of people.
Claire does get murdery towards the end. Attacked and attempted to murder Kate, believing she had Aaron.
She did.
Shot and killed 2 of Widmore's men when locked out of the submarine. Held Miles, Richard, and Frank at gunpoint. So it's not just like murder and stuff. It's like petty crimes and stuff.
I want to see something weird.
Charlie, possession and use of a Class A controlled substance.
Oh.
Murdered Ethan Rom by shooting him 4 times in the chest. Assaulted Saeed in frustration after they had disagreements. Assaulted and kidnapped Sun by dragging her into the jungle with a bag.
Yes.
You know what is stunning? The kidnapping of the baby is not listed among Charlie's crimes.
Yeah, that was fine.
That
fine. Is insane.
That's legal. In the eyes of the law, it's perfectly legal.
He stole a baby so many times.
All right. Any other criminals you want to persecute before we move on? Because we've got a lot. We have many options.
I want John Locke.
You want John Locke's on-island crimes?
Yeah.
He's got a lot. All right. John Locke's on-island crimes. Locke. Assaulted Saeed as he was trying to triangulate a signal. Assaulted, held Boone captive, and drugged him. Broke into and entered the Swan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he drugs Boone.
He does drug Boone. Beat Charlie after Charlie took Aaron to the surf. Incarcerated Ben. Conspired to torture Ben. Conspired to kidnap Mikhail. Attempted to murder Mikhail. Planted a bomb on the Galaga submarine and destroyed it. It goes on.
So many.
Held Ben and Alex as hostages. Accessory with Sawyer and co-conspirator with Richard Alpert in the murder of Anthony Cooper. Assaulted and heavily beated Mikhail. Assaulted and murdered Naomi. Threatened to shoot Jack. Threatened to shoot Ben. Held Ben, Said, Charlotte, and Miles captives. Murdered a hostel in 1954. Threatened to shoot Sawyer. Put a hand grenade in Miles's mouth.
Murdered a hostel in 1954.
I love how they're all phrased like they're being put on trial.
It's so weird.
It's bizarre. You want to go to kills?
Yeah, let's go to kills.
Because kills is straight up kill count. And it starts with a really funny paragraph. I'd like you to go ahead and just read this paragraph for me, please.
The main characters of Lost have killed many other people over the course of the show. Many kills were cases of self-defense and the defense of others, either individually or in combat. Many were murder. Of those, some are premeditated, some are spur of the moment, some are manslaughter. At least one, that U.S. Marshal Edward Morris, was euthanasia.
And then we scroll down, and it's literally it's literally ranked by body count. Wow. And in the lead, it's, of course, the Man in Black with a whopping 47.
47, good for him.
And he
kills everyone.
He goes to town. He kills a lot of folks. He kills a lot of folks. Saeed is next with 17. With many off-island and on-island kills. And it does include like randos in this tally. Two others. Just nameless
That's
others.
Important. These are kills.
They're kills. They're murders. He kills Dogan, kills Lennon, 2 of Widmore's men. Unnamed man outside the Santa Rosa.
He kills Dogan.
He kills Dogan.
And Lennon.
He sure does. Benjamin Linus only has 8 kills on the record, which is shocking.
That is shocking. But I feel like that's just...
I feel like a lot of people do the kills for him.
Exactly.
Like he orders a lot of kills, but he doesn't actually do the deed himself. He does kill Jacob, though.
Because, I mean, so many of Saeed's kills are Ben's kills.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked that Saeed Saeed beat Ben, but it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Mr. Echo tied with Ben for 8.
That's pretty good.
He
mostly off island.
Mostly off island, mostly in his drug days. Killed an unnamed man, an unnamed Moroccan, and another unnamed Moroccan.
Wow. Give them names.
Jack Shepard with 6. Charles Widmore with 6. Sawyer with 5. Mikhail with 5. Clara with 4. Ana Lucia with 4. Martin Keamy with 4. Juliet with 3. Kate with 3. Danielle with 3. And now we're kind of in the here's a couple kills. Jin with 2. Michael Locke.
Locke only has 2 kills.
Locke only has 2. Naomi and an unnamed other.
I guess
which is surprising.
We watch the Man in Black be Locke and kill so
That's
much.
exactly it. In my head, Locke is like a twisted ass murderer, but he really only murdered that one pilot. He shouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it valid or anything. Bernard's got 2.
Wow.
Bernard has 2 on the kill count.
He's just like shooting.
He's just shooting.
Yeah.
So. Now we're into the one and people with only 1 kills, and it's not that interesting. But Hugo has a kill.
Ryan Price, who's that?
This is the person with when Hurley busts through with the van at the end of season 3.
Oh yeah,
Hurley kills another.
He kills Ryan Price.
That's an official dead.
He also buried Nikki and Paolo alive.
Yeah, and he blamed himself for a collapsing deck's accident, which is not counted as murder. Here we have Desmond Hume among them. He has one kill with his partner Kelvin, and then most people in Oceanic 815.
Oh my god!
putting him at approximately 252.
Wow.
Among the ones, which is very funny.
That's great.
How do you live with that? And that's never addressed.
He's fine with it.
Desmond's got a lot on his plate, but he never really has to process the fact that he is directly responsible.
He took down a plane.
He took down a plane. He does have the I crashed your plane. The reason you're here. That the big reveal is it's my fault you're here. Wow.
But he's not sad about it.
He's not wow, I killed hundreds.
Yeah. That's interesting. I like that about Desmond.
That's honestly very funny, and it goes on, and then there's some people with no kills listed here for some reason. Losers, the big L's. People with no kills. Charlotte.
So you have Charlotte aimed a gun at Kate.
Yeah. What? That's not murder. Enough. That's not a kill. Come on. Daniel, Ilana, Miles, Shannon, Nikki. No kills. And that's kills.
Wow.
Look, after all that death. What do you say? Look, there's so much violence in the world. I think what we need is a little bit of love.
Kissing.
This is an article
This is awful.
You need to read this first paragraph also.
Lost is a trifecta of action, mystery, and romance, and that includes kissing. There are several instances where the characters have shared intimate moments both on the island, in their lives prior to arrival of the island, and after leaving. However, the kisses that occur on Lost are not always normal romantic fare. Sometimes they entail deception and manipulation.
So,
which I would argue is normal romantic affair.
Yeah, what's more romantic than maintaining several lies?
Yeah, oh my God.
Maintaining an elaborate web house of cards.
Kissing.
Here's
occurrences.
The following main
Boone
characters.
And Shannon is the first one. Oh
no!
My God!
No!
Wow.
The couple with the most smooches is Jin and Sun, who smooch across 7 episodes. Wow. Which is
Jack
not.
And
oh no!
Kate smooch across 4.
Sawyer and Kate tie them actually with 7 episodes also. But yeah, those are all the kisses.
Sawyer and Ana Lucia.
All the combinations.
I didn't know they kiss.
They kiss at once. They kiss one episode.
Why?
Why not?
Interesting.
For fun.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you try not kissing Sawyer? That's what I have to say.
That's true.
after he spews all that racism, you just gotta smooch those lips to shut him up.
I just gotta kiss your racist lips. I wish they included all of the people that Sawyer kisses. Because they only include characters.
They only include
kiss out of their characters.
Yeah, they only include
Sawyer
like
kisses a lot of one-off people.
Yeah, they include like a lot of like it's listed by like a combination of people, by couple effectively. Actually, hold on. Is the lone gay kiss listed in there? Because it lists the main characters and then it goes into like very, very detail with every
kiss.
Tom and Arturo kiss on the cheek.
Wow.
I'm just gonna, before we move on, I'm just gonna look at Arturo's article real quick. Arturo was Tom Friendly's lover, seen in his penthouse hotel suite in New York. When Michael went there to find Tom, Tom asked Arturo to give them some privacy, and after kissing Tom tenderly on the cheek, Arturo left the room. Trivia. He and Tom are the only known gay characters to appear on the show. Hurley's sister-in-law, Lisa, was presumably bisexual.
Ah, true.
Arturo is the 4th character of presumably Italian origin to appear on Lost after Angelo Busoni, Gabriella Busoni, and Peter Avellino. Don't know any of those 3 characters, and I'm not finding out. His name may refer to Italian quick change artist Arturo Brachetti, who is known to be gay. And that's the article on the
second gay
character on Lost. And that's representation, baby. So you were bemoaning the fact that it doesn't list every single Sawyer, every person Sawyer's kissed.
Yeah.
I've got something maybe even better.
Sex.
Now, careful. This article has adult content and or strong language.
Oh, my God. Lost features many characters who have engaged in some sort of sexual activity.
Once again...
Boone and Shannon first on the list.
Once again, the very first act of sex seen in the show is incest.
Wow.
So, cool.
Yep. Jack and Kate with 2.
Yep.
Jin and Sun with 3. Sawyer and Kate with 3.
Once again, Jin and Sun and Sawyer and Kate leading the pack.
Yeah.
And then it's
pre-crash sex.
Every single instance, more or less. Pre-crash, island sex, post-rescue sex, flash sideways sex. Principal Reynolds and Nurse Kondraki have sex in the flash sideways. Who are they? Who knows?
Nurse Kondraki.
Yep. Saeed and Alana begin to, apparently, but they are interrupted when Alana knocks him unconscious.
James Ford and Charlotte Lewis. Who's Charlotte Lewis?
Charlotte from The Freighter.
Really? He has sex with her?
In the alternate timeline.
He has sex with everyone.
Check out this little piece of trivia at the bottom.
As a substitute, Locke teaches about the human reproductive system.
The one under that.
The next one.
Yeah.
Sawyer has had sex with 4 main characters, the most of any character. He's followed by Kate and Shannon, who have slept with 2. Boone, Jack, Juliet, Charlotte, Jin, Ana Lucia, Sun, Desmond, Penny, and Saeed have all slept with 1 main character. Sawyer fucks the most.
Sawyer canonically fucks the most. We heard it here first. The fine folks at Lostpedia have it all sorted out for us, and that's great. All right, I've saved the best for last. I've got 3 articles here that go off the deep end.
Oh.
They quite frankly go quite off the deep end. And the first one I'd like to share with you is an article called Electromagnetism.
This is insane.
And of course there's going to be an article about electromagnetism.
Uh-huh. It's so important.
It's one of the major properties of the island. It's just the source of electromagnetism on the island. It's the heart of the island. People were studying electromagnetism. There's a number of effects. And And that's all, sure. Of course, it's a wiki.
We know this. This is basic.
This is not our first run in the jungle. There's a number of unique effects. It causes navigational difficulties. It messes with compasses.
Fair enough.
Sure. Here's where we go. Here's where it happens. The crash of 815. Desmond's, according to the producers, the high field. I'm going to start this over. According to the producers, the high field magnetic surge that occurred during Desmond's system failure at the Swan station caused Oceanic Flight 815 to crash. They also went so far as to state that this surge also caused the disruption or destruction of electronic systems on the plane itself. It is possible for high amounts of magnetism to destroy avionics equipment, although it is unknown if extremely high amounts of electromagnetism could cause a catastrophic mid-air breakup.
Well, that is what occurred.
All that is fine.
Okay.
Here's it's like here's what happened. Here's how magnetism affected it. Probably not real. Then we get another paragraph. That said, the strength of the magnetism required to cause avionics failures depends on the plane's altitude at the time of the magnetic event, which, in the case of Ocean Flight 815's crash, is ambiguous. In Pilot Part 1, Jack suggests that the plane was at 40,000 feet AGL when the failure began. The horizon, visible from inside the airframe after the loss of the tail in the same episode, is clearly above the cloud ceiling. The horizon is likely above 10,000 feet AGL, but not near 40,000 feet. Yet, A Tale of Two Cities shows the plane breakup at significantly lower altitude, well below the cloud ceiling, possibly under 5,000 feet AGL. I don't know what AGL is. It goes on like this. Eventually, it concludes.
This is insane.
It eventually concludes that the island has extremely powerful magnetic forces, since no magnetism known to silence could tear apart a plane, even if it was flying below cloud level.
Wow. Okay.
It goes on, and it goes on like this. It's like,
why does it justify all of this?
Yeah, it's very it's extremely. It goes into here's exactly how much magnetism would be needed. Here's how we know, and to an extent, I understand. But seeing it laid out like this really
It's like, what? We need to do something else.
Yeah. And then there's, healing properties, connection to other pockets, electromagnetism at the Swan, the incident, and then just kind of general stuff. But there's, that...
So they, analyze every large instance of electromagnetism and try and, justify it.
More or less.
I like how they're just after analyzing, they're like, it couldn't be true.
Exactly. They're their answers every time are this is definitely not an amount of electromagnetism that has ever been recorded. And that's how you know. And that's how you know the island is special, because it makes so much of it.
My God.
It really, boy, electromagnetism is it's a trip. It's a fun read. It's an educational read. Now brace yourself, because when you think of Lost, what do you think?
Sawyer.
Yes.
Making love.
Well, have you ever thought of economics?
Never when it comes to Lost.
Well, I've got great news, because someone out there has a whole article.
This is insanity.
A whole article called Economics. So, economics, as we all know, is the study of the allocation of scarce resources which have competing uses. Like every society, the survivors of Oceanic Flight 815 must allocate their resources so as to make themselves as well off as possible. Most of the time, being better off means surviving another day.
This is so weird.
And this requires careful planning on both the part of the community and the individual. The survivors initially have to decide as a community what to produce, how to produce, and who will produce it. A number of solutions to this problem exist. The socialist approach allocates resources through consensus and planning. The capitalist approach relies upon a market to allocate the resources based on supply and demand.
Are we still talking about the show Lost?
The tribal approach holds that in small communities, economic decisions can be made at a personal level, that such a community is not of sufficient scale to require or manage a formal system of exchange or enforcement of laws. Thus, the tribal approach and then it goes in depth into each of these
Socialism.
Missions. Jack represents the socialist approach to resource allocation. So Jack is socialism. Who do you think capitalism is?
Sawyer.
You fucking got it,
Sawyer.
dude.
Or he's capitalism.
Capitalism is Sawyer. He's seen as representing capitalism.
And then what would communism be?
Here's communism is unfortunately not listed here. But tribal is. And who do you think tribalism belongs to? Locke, of course. I just want to highlight this fucking bullet point in the Sawyer section. Sawyer is the only person who appears to continually acquire property.
That's so weird.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, this is so detailed.
It's so many words.
This whole section, that's
Jack's philosophy versus Sawyer's philosophy.
Oh, man. Jack has shown... so here's the thing. Lost. This is all about the show Lost. And Lost really does reveal important strengths and weaknesses of both economic systems.
No, it doesn't.
Jack has shown that doing what is best for the community may require abuse or suffering on the part of the individual. Sawyer has shown that unrestrained self-interest can lead to a breakdown in order and extremely inefficient allocation of resources. And it goes on and on like this.
So many arguments.
And then we get into tribal economics.
Oh
Locke.
my god.
Oh man.
Inherited wealth.
God.
This is good.
Yeah.
In season 2, the majority of the Losties' wealth. I just like that.
Lostie is a common term used for like the survivors.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
the Losties.
The Losties, you know.
And actually, in season 2, the majority of their wealth was not created through either socialist, capitalist, or tribalist means.
That's true.
But inherited from the builders of the Swan.
The economic advantages of electric power, running water, night lighting, and multiple guns were not created by the Losties, but inherited from those who came before them. Consequently, it could be argued that the Losties value the inherited goods much differently than they assess the value of everything else on the island. This is the one. This is like the article.
It's too much.
This is the article that broke me, and I was like,
"Why are they doing this?"
And everything else is like classic wiki stuff where it's like, okay, you want to tally every murder, you tally every kiss. Okay, you want to do an article on electromagnetism. You want to, okay, yes. And then there's some stuff in there where it's like, oh, this gets a little off the rails.
I liked the kissing article.
The kissing article is good. The economics article
it's awful.
Bizarre.
I hate it.
It's truly wild.
It's so long.
I'm gonna ask you to just read this last paragraph under later seasons, the final paragraph of the episode of the article.
As the show transitioned away from the slice of life storytelling, the economic factor decreased in importance. Characters spent time with the others, returned to the mainland, and joined the Dharma Initiative, where no resource shortages existed. Even those in the beach camp, though cut off from the swan supplies and the cave's water, ceased to experience shortages. Characters continued, however, to discuss money. I like that. I like that it's just some weird little socialist, 17-year-old writing all of this.
It really and truly is. I also love thinking of Jack as socialism, the personification of socialism. Jack Shepherd votes for Bernie Sanders every time, I'm sure.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Jack Shepherd voted for Trump.
No, Sawyer voted for Trump. Probably. I hate to tell you that. I hate to tell you that if we learned anything from this journey, it's that Sawyer definitely voted for Trump.
Yeah,
and he definitely. I will say, Sawyer could come up with some wild nicknames for that guy. I bet. Wow, I bet he'd call him the Cheeto in Chief or something else.
Cheeto Chief.
Oh boy. Anyways,
just something like chicken sandwich too. I don't know, something weird.
I have one last article to show you.
Okay.
Bit of a cool down.
Okay.
It's pretty out there, but it's definitely not economics. This is an article called Sexy Blue Striped Shirt Girl.
Oh my God.
And this is an article about an extra that appears throughout the first 2 seasons of Lost, who wears this blue striped shirt.
Oh my God.
And she's got a minor cult following in various fan forums. The nickname, of course, comes from the shirt. Portrayed by Faith Faye, who apparently eventually did an interview with the wiki. And then it goes on to detail every one of this particular
Sexy
extra's
blue striped shirt
appearance.
Girl.
Here she is by the signal fire. Here she is collecting firewood for the funeral. Here she is attending Boone's funeral.
Wow.
It's like Nikki and Paolo, but for real.
Yeah, she really was there the whole time.
And all of these paragraphs are really funny because they're all just like her witnessing key events.
This is so weird.
The next day, she witnessed Jin deliver a beating to Michael, seeing him wear the Rolex watch. After, Jack made a decision to move into the jungle and use the caves as a suitable living space. However, she decided to stay on the beach.
I like, too, how it's like, it's just, she's wearing like a blue shirt with slight midriff exposed.
Yeah.
And that was enough to make everyone go crazy.
Everybody loved Sexy Blue Striped Shirt Girl. I'm going to keep my eye out for Sexy Blue Striped Shirt Girl next time we visit season 1 or season 2. Her last canonical appearance is a few days later, she walked past Charlie.
Oh my God.
And then the final paragraph in this is, if she had not died prior to the beginning of the time shifts, then she died in the Flaming Arrow attack in 1954, since Rose and Bernard Nadler are presumed to be the only survivors of it.
This is so weird.
Lostpedia.
Well, fun.
Lostpedia, thank you. Did you learn anything from this?
Yeah, I learned that some things just don't need to be made.
I am of two minds of it, because I think like the economics article is so funny. It's so funny.
I hate how much time went into it. It's just like, it's so gross to know that like
it's just
probably like 50 hours worth of work went into that.
It's what else are they gonna do?
I
absolutely believe that this is just like bored teens. Or like, maybe it's bored adults. I don't know.
It's so weird. It's interesting. I guess, I don't know. It's just out there.
It's out there, and it exists. And Lostpedia is a valuable resource for many things. And it's also a place where you can learn about Sexy Blue Striped Shirt Girl. And
I'm glad about that one. And I do like the kissing and the
nicknames.
Sex and the nicknames. Yeah.
There's parts of it, as with everything on the internet, if you dig deep enough, you'll find the real deep lore shit.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you have a bunch of people who just want to like document Lost.
Wow.
And that's far from the worst crime in the world.
They did it.
They did it. Thank you for listening to our little bonus episode. We will be back in September. Sometime in September. We don't know when.
Early-ish.
Probably.
In the daytime,
Thursday?
Thursday?
Hopefully in the daytime on a Thursday. We'll see. I've been Bean. You can follow me on Twitter at Barrier Trio.
I've been James. You can follow me on Twitter at James Brown.
You can follow the show on Twitter at Island Shuffle, or you can follow us on Facebook.com/The Island Shuffle. If you'd like to, you can give us a 5-star review, or any star, whatever stars.
Yeah, 4-star.
4-star, 3-star, 2-star, maybe even 1 star.
Don't do a 2-star.
Don't do a 2-star. Sorry.
Don't review if you don't like it. Don't review.
If you don't like this show, get out of here. And if you do like the show, please stick around, because we got more Lost to talk about, baby. And you can also find us on noisepace.xyz. Which is a podcast network that hosts us.
Yeah.
They've got a new podcast. Have you heard?
Oh, no.
It's called Picking Up Something Good, and it's about Radiohead.
Oh,
the famous band.
Cool.
And they're going to go album by album through Radiohead and talk about it, and it's going to be fun.
It's a big band.
Big band.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. I really hope they can handle it.
Yeah.
You know what? I know they can handle it.
Have they ever heard Radiohead before?
One of them has, and the other hasn't.
Wow. Okay.
Popular. Yeah. You might have noticed that that's a popular podcasting format.
Yeah.
One knows it, and the other doesn't.
It is.
So, check out Picking Up Something Good and all the other Noise Space shows. Noise Space shows like, everyone's favorite shows.
The Stick.
Like The Stick. Like Giants Confirmed. Like Jurgen
It.
They're all good shows, and they're fun to listen to. And if you've got a few bucks to spare, send them to patreon.com/noisespace. Matt is a generous guy who hosts all 100-some episodes of us on his silly little network, and we truly appreciate it. And we're among good company. So with that, I think we're safe to finally end this way longer than I thought it'd go bonus episode.
There is a lot of information on the internet.
There's a lot of information on the internet, and honestly, Most of it's bad, but some of it's pretty funny.
Now you know what's worth knowing.
Now you know what's worth knowing, and we're happy to filter through it for you. I've been Bean.
I've been James.
And like we say at the end of every one of these episodes, get lost!